Why hybrid ODD is that the density, the current 2.5-inch hard disk drive for laptop is about 500 gigabyte and sometimes like a 600 and 750 gigabyte. It's a big capacity and low cost. But while same cost with the SS drive you can get from the market is like only 30 gigabyte. Like SSD is, like I said, 20 times expensive than hard disk drive. So the user in the market really need a solution with combined together, like bigger capacity like a 500 to 600 and fast speed like a 200 sequential read and write, and just minimum cost. The end user does not to pay $300 for only 100 gigabyte. So in this, the user just pay a little bit more, but they will have bigger capacity and faster speed as a one single drive for the solution. Here is the HyDrive concept. It's simple. We put SSD drive into ODD, not NAND flash. Real SSD drive, 32 gigabyte and 64 gigabyte. If user want more, we can add up to 256 gigabyte SSD into ODD drive. What is value proposition is that HyDrive is going to provide same design as ODD. You can see that on the desk is same design, and two drive in one single form factor, which save your space in your laptop. And it goes with your existing hard disk drive. In order to use SSD, you don't need to take out SSD from your system. You just leave the hard disk drive and you put SSD on top of the hard disk drive. And it matches with current hardware configuration, which means you don't need to modify any motherboard design. You just use the same motherboard design for the HyDrive. So, simply, we put SSD module underneath of a wing drive. So this is our first generation. So you can see the storage configuration like this. So the user can use our SSD drive as a C drive. You can install the OS like a Mac OS or Windows 7 and major application or even games. And D drive, yes, you can use current existing hard disk drive as a data storage. You can store movie, database, whatever data you need, just put on the hard disk drive. And E drive, yes, ODD, you can play back BD movie player, or you can record something on the DVD-R, things like that. So you are gonna have the mighty solution, all three storage solution in small form factor. So this is just a simple comparison table. Look at that. This is same laptop. The difference is that the left one has it has 250 gigabyte hard disk drive, which is big but slow. The retail cost gonna be about $649. But same laptop, you just change from hard disk drive to SSD drive, same capacity, but speed goes up, but you have to pay double, like a 1,200 US dollar. But look at that, in the middle. If you use HyDrive, you are going to have 250 hard disk drive as it is. On top of that, you can add 32 gigabyte or 64 gigabyte SSD, and speed is same as SSD, and capacity even bigger than the hard disk drive. But price, look at that. The price is only about $800 something. The user can benefit out of using HyDrive. So that's the real value proposition to end user, and also we are welcomed by the PC OEMs loves our idea. So we are continuing to discussing OEM business with major PC customers. We just take out our internal benchmark test, and we are going to send our drive to the some of the labs who do the benchmarking testing. So we will review that the test result about a month later. Most of their speed is much faster than hard disk drive, especially the 4K random read and write is absolutely an advantage of the HyDrive. And this is power consumption. As you know that the SSD is using much less power, which means you can use the same battery, but the battery life will be longer than using a hard disk drive. Look at that, the performance is consuming very little power compared to normal hard disk drive. And the application loading time is that, we just show you the three things. The booting, like a 25 second to 40 second. And multitasking, 7 second to 46 second. And gaming loading, like a 37 second to 64 second, about half of the hard disk drive performance. In your picture, you will see this, the home theater PC in Manuel booth. So Manuel is putting our first generation of a HyDrive inside to powering up their family PC lineup this year. They are going to line up this August in Korea and global like from September. And Asus laptop N61DA is going to exhibit in our booth to demonstrate the same demo I show you on the YouTube. We are going to have a live demo using Asus laptop, one for HyDrive, one without HyDrive. So we will show the same live demonstration that we show on YouTube. And we are discussing about other business area with PC OEMs. That's all for today. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask.
大概这就是我们今天的 presentation。那如果有任何问题的话，请尽量发问。